State of the city, crime rates, and pizza week. This is your weekly rewind. Hello everyone and welcome back to the weekly rewind brought to you by the Long Beach Post. I'm Jackie Ray. On Tuesday, Long Beach Mayor Robert Garcia announced the long-promised Universal Basic Income Program, which will provide 500 households with benefits such as $500 a month for 1 year, will be accepting applications in a few weeks. Benefits will target single-parent households in the zip code 90813, which is one of the city's poorest and hardest-hit communities impacted by COVID-19. On Wednesday, Mayor Garcia gave what is expected to be his last State of the City address, where he emphasized the ways Long Beach has and will continue to bounce back from the 2-year pandemic. These are the highlights.
Last summer, we were averaging about 750 tests a day. And now we are averaging 6,000 tests every single day. That's why we've increased testing sites, expanded hours, and are partnering with the school district to make tests even more available. The strength of our health recovery is driving our economic recovery. Unemployment continues to drop, and businesses are hiring back workers lost during the pandemic. The plan invests $64 million in economic recovery, $110 million in a healthy and safe community, and $76 million to secure our city's financial future. Our police academy classes this year will strengthen our safety recovery and ensure that we have enough officers on our street. And in addition, these officers will continue focusing on community policing. This year, we will continue transitioning to a new 911 response model for those who need mental health assistance and not police officers.
The mayor also talked about updating the port infrastructure, investing in the Long Beach airport, and addressing the growing homeless population. You can see the full State of the City address right now on the Long Beach Post YouTube page. During his speech, the mayor also noted that violent crimes have increased nationwide. He cited the ongoing pandemic, increase in unemployment, and easy access to guns as factors causing the spike. On Monday, the Long Beach Police Department said preliminary year-end crime statistics showed a 7.7 jump in violent crimes. Aggravated assault, which are assaults clearly meant to commit serious bodily injury, rose even more sharply by 11.2%. While violent crimes in our city did increase, the murder rate in Long Beach did not. A body was found burned on top of a pallet near the freeway connector of the 91 and northbound 710 freeway on Sunday. The California Highway Patrol found the victim, who was pronounced dead at the scene just before 2 a.m. Authorities currently have no leads in the case. CHP urges anyone with information regarding the death to call them at 323-644-9550. A 15 and 16-year-old were wounded in a drive-by shooting in central Long Beach on Sunday morning. According to police, the teenagers were found suffering from non-life-threatening gunshot wounds to the upper and lower body. The shooting took place at the 1600 block of East 14th Street just after 6:30 a.m. The two teenagers told police they were standing in the area when a vehicle pulled up nearby and an unknown number of suspects from inside the vehicle shot them, then fled the scene. A multi-unit resident was also struck by gunfire but did not result in any injuries. Police currently have no suspects in the case. The cause of the spill that caused more than 8 million gallons of raw sewage to spill into the Dominguez Channel in Carson is still under investigation. But according to city and state records, most of these types of breaks are caused by blockage of fats, oils, and grease. The Dominguez Channel spill happened when a 60-year-old pipe that was already on a county repair list broke open. Dr. Stephanie Ware, who is the newest member of the Aquarium of the Pacific Board of Directors, says these types of pipes have a life expectancy of just 50 years, and pipes have exceeded that timeline throughout the country. While the infrastructure is aging, there's no reason to panic just yet. Bruce Resnick, the executive director of Los Angeles Waterkeeper, which has advocated for clean water in the LA area for a quarter of a century, said the region is doing far better than it did when LA Waterkeeper first formed. He says in the late 1990s, there were about 14 spills per 100 miles per year in the Los Angeles area. Today, that number is closer to 6 spills per 100 miles per year. LA County supervisors understand the need to address all aging pipes in the area and are working on a plan to obtain federal infrastructure funding or other funding to address aging infrastructure within the unincorporated areas and cities served by the district. Some good news for retail businesses. Local real estate experts predict 2022 will be a year of rebound and growth for retail and office sectors, which faltered as a result of the pandemic. After being devastated by forced closures, real estate is already off to a great start, according to Pat Weibel, Senior Vice President at SRS Real Estate Partners. Weibel says there continues to be a demand for high-quality retail space in Southern California, which is backed by the recent sale of the Long Beach Exchange and the offers he has seen on the Vons in East Village. The Vons location was listed for $43.3 million in November, and Weibel said there have been numerous offers on the property. A buyer is expected to be announced before the end of the month. Now, if you're like me, you're wondering when this new COVID outbreak is going to stop impacting high school sports. Mike G brings us up to speed.
Thanks, Jackie. When are high school sports going to get back to normal? It will not be this week. I don't think we can say for sure when it's going to happen. We were just looking over the high school basketball schedule for Long Beach, and the thing is dripping in red ink. Pretty much every game postponed this week. We do have, starting on Tuesday next week, a bunch of teams coming out of their mandated 2-week shutdown period. So we're hoping to start to see things come back to normal. Next week, we are at least, hopefully, fingers crossed, going to get a lot more basketball games. We have been playing some high school soccer in Long Beach, a big-time game between Poly and Wilson last night. Jackrabbits came back from down 1-0 to win it 2-1. And kind of make things interesting in the Moore League race for girls soccer. So we'll be following that along next week in addition. But where we have seen a little bit of a return to normal already is at Long Beach State, where the men's and women's basketball teams both got games in this week. Both picked up big wins on Thursday over UC Santa Barbara. And then on Saturday in the Pyramid, men's basketball team will be playing at 4. But maybe more importantly, the season opener for the men's volleyball team, they are ranked number 4 in the country. They're hosting Harvard at 7:30. This men's volleyball team won the last 2 pre-COVID national championships in the NCAA, and then followed that up over the last 2 years with the top recruiting class in the country each of the last 2 years. So they're ranked number 4 in the country. They have very high expectations for this season. They should be competing for a national championship when we get down to the Final Four at UCLA in a few months. But they start that journey Saturday night in the Pyramid at 7:30 p.m. I will be there for sure. And I think that's going to be one of the first kind of big events we've started to see back in the Pyramid through this Omicron wave. So looking forward to seeing a lot of Long Beach fans out there. And hopefully, as we said, at a more normal high school sports schedule next week. But obviously, we will be here one way or the other to let you know how it goes.
And finally, tonight, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, why not close out National Pizza Weekend with a bang? In this week's High Low, Tim Grobady compiled a list of 5 places that offer delicious pies that you have to try. Did that rhyme? I think it did. These are in no particular order, but it's fair to say this first one is one of my personal favorites, the white pizza from Little Coyote. Next, a family of 4 can create their favorite pizza at Deli News Pizza for under $25. Downtown Broadway Pizza and Grill not only has pizza, but also great sandwiches and pasta. This one is on my list to try. This is Pinche's Pizza. This is a Mexican-owned restaurant that serves a unique selection of specialty pizzas, including some spicy ones. And finally, the Fourth Horseman, which has an apocalyptic pie. This pie features mozzarella, cheese curds, spicy sausage link, pickled eggs, pickles, pepperoncinis, and pretzels with a hot mustard drizzle. That pizza is just for a limited time, so if you want to try something new, make sure you do that this weekend and then tell us about it. Make sure you tag us in it because we definitely want to know how that tastes. That's going to do it for this week's Rewind. For more details on all of today's stories, please click the links below. If you have any story ideas that you think should be featured on the Word on Long Beach podcast, please leave us a message on our podcast hotline. That number is 562-379-6736. To make sure you don't miss out on any of our amazing visual content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And hey, give this video a thumbs up. I'm Jackie Ray, and thanks for watching the Long Beach Post Weekly Rewind. We will see you next week.